Hello and welcome to Stevie's Vinyl Cupboard, and today I got this just one day after shooting this video, and it just goes on and on and on. Don't tell me it is. Shut up. Hold that thought, because bend her arm round her back. Big bands never before in my collection, one or two grails, some cut price Led Zeppelin, iconic indie and a very rare one as well, some oddities, and one record I bought specially to rip off somebody else's video. Welcome to my quarterly accounts. Welcome to another episode of Stevie's Vinyl Cupboard, Deal or No Deal. Now, I did say I wouldn't be doing these videos so often, so this is quarterly accounts. This is not just 3 months, it's 4 months, so it's probably more like, I don't know, trimester accounts. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with February, and I'm filming this on a Monday, so let's start off with some oddities. £2 oddities. Mums and the Poppers, Monday, £2, best of. It's probably all you need by them. India, actually I'll turn that off because it's quite annoying. A bit of India for £2, that's sort of a meditation LP, haven't played it, I don't think it's very good, probably. This was quite interesting, you may have seen this before, I showed this on Ricefield, Souvenir of Japan. This is actually from Siemens, so this is a sort of classical Japanese music. Inside cover, a spiel about Japan, so it's like a souvenir of Japan. So a couple of £2, and we've also got, I can't find a receipt for this, but I'm sure it was way back, so it was Cat Stevens' greatest hits, and that was $3.99. Okay, so from the middle of February, we've got the first ever album by this band in my collection. I know it's a bit of a sin. So this is Zeppelin, what is it? Zeppelin Untitled, Zeppelin 4. That's coming in at $12.99. And then we've got a bit of Pet Shop Boys. Pet Shop Boys Introspective. Just look this up. So that was 88. That was their third LP, and that's the one with Always on My Mind, Domino Dancing, that one on. So adding to my 80s collection. Then we've got a bit of Bowie. Don't ask me what one this was. Was it Tonight 84? Let's have a look. Yeah, 16th studio album Tonight. That's got Loving the Alien, and I think it's got Blue Jean on it, Dancing with the Big Boys. Yeah, Blue Jeans on that, so that's coming in at $5.99. So, and then we've got quite a good find for me, I think. So this is their first LP, 1981, In the Garden, and that's Eurythmics. Quite pleased with that one. So again, that's coming in at $4.99. So deal or no deal, that little bundle. Okay, next up we have the Beatles. So this is what, $8.99 and $4.99. Let me know. Let's have a bit of the Beatles. Okay, so this is Sgt. Pepper's, and that's $8.99. I think that's 1980 reissue, so 80s reissue. I think there was an issue with it, like a scratch. Let's have a bit of a look-see. Looks pretty clean, actually. Maybe you can tell me which one that is from the label. Right, next up, this was a little bit pricey, so $4.99 for this. Deal or no deal? Well, I'm not sure, because it is in fact empty. But I do have one of these. I think I have the second part of the EP. So record 2. So I'm halfway there. So deal or no deal? $4.99, but it was empty. But I'm halfway there. So let me know. So this next one was a deal down the market. This was somebody who I've seen there come only one Saturday, first Saturday of the month. So this was £10 and £15, but the deal, I think I got them for 20. So it's quite reasonable. So first up is still collecting Japan. It is Japan's Tin Drum, and that is so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth studio album from 1981, Tin Drum. Nice and clean, and that was about the equivalent of a tenner. And next up, their first compilation, Songs to Learn and Sing from 85. This was priced at 15, but I got the deal for 20, so it's really 10. So that's Songs to Learn and Sing, Echo and the Bunnymen. Couldn't pass that up. The singles, so pretty good value there for that one. Okay, next up we have $8.99, $3.99, and $3.99. Let's start off with the $3.99. There we go, Green Wheels of Fire, and let's just have a look. So this is the 1968. It's a bit doggy, and as you can see, it says it has numerous marks and background noise in places, priced accordingly. 1968 mono, so that's quite good. So we'll have about, I bought that, to be honest, maybe one for the record fair for a collector. The next one, similar sort of thing, double album, numerous marks and background noise in places, skips on first song on side D, priced accordingly. So that's Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same. So that's the live album. So let's just read it. There's a live soundtrack of the concert film of the same name, recorded in 73, released 76, Song Remains the Same. So maybe that's one for the record fair as well, I don't know. Finishing off $3.99, we've got Ultravox Vienna. Still just at the end of February, so we have Gary Numan for a £5. We have the live album Living Ornament 79. I didn't realise this. There's 179, 180, and there's also Living Ornament 79 and 80, which got to number 2. So which were all released in 1981. So that's a £5. I'd prefer it to be both, but let's have a look at the song track listing on that. But Gary Numan for a £5, can't go wrong. Couple of cheapos, Alison Moyer, Alf, £2. Seen so many of these. I've just been beaten into Surrender to buy one. I was a bit bored one day, so Tanita, Tikaram, £2. And also the guy let me have this for a £5. I've already got a copy of this, so I was going to have the best one, and that's another record fair wheeler dealer sort of thing. So another deal or no deal. Okay, next up we're into March. We're in the ferret around in the mobility shop. We've got £8, £3, £3, £4, and £4, £22. What have we got for that? We've got George Harrison. So this is Living in the Material World. So that's 1973. So that's the £8 one. So looking forward to having a go on that. It says Machine Clean first label with original inner poster. Then we got a £3 Zenyatta Mondata Police. I had this way back, but it seems to have gone awry. Then we've got another cheapo, Ultravox Quartet, Read the Wild Wind, and sticking with the Beatles theme, Band on the Run. This is another copy, duplicate copy, original inner, no poster, but it's £4, maybe a trade-in possibly, and a nice bit of Sun Always Shines on Me by Aha for £4. So 14th of March, sticking with Dylan, we've got another first UK label early pressing. I looked at it, it was a reissue 71, so that was £5, Bob Dylan's greatest hits. Also we've got a bit of Dusty Springfield for £2, and I always like a bit, my brother used to listen to this, so I bought this for £2, Joan Armatrading. Now then we get to back in the Oxfam, and we've got £15, £16, but it's actually $14.99, $15.99. So this, I think this was the expensive one. Now I've got 2 copies of this already. Well, now I've got 2 copies. I might have 3 copies, I don't know, I've lost track. But I couldn't pass it up at that price. So it's the Jam Sound Effects, one of my favourite all-time LPs. Don't tell me this isn't a thoroughly groundbreaking LP. It is. Shut up. It's Cocteau Twins Garland. What a masterpiece. Maybe a bit hard to listen for the sort of later Cocteau Twins fans, but I love it. So innovative, very innovative on 4 AD. This is Cocteau Twins' first, very groundbreaking Garlands. Bit rough around the edges, but $14.99. I was delighted with that. And hold that thought, because 3 days earlier, I spoke to the manager and kind of bend her arm around her back, well, not physically but metaphorically, and this was £28. Now this is probably one of the most I've ever had in a charity shop ever, and this is an original. It was priced at, I'm going to show you this, it was priced at $34.99, and here is the receipt at £28. So that was on the 11th of March, so £28, and this is an original first pressing in almost mint condition. It's more or less mint, 1990, Heaven or Las Vegas Cocteau Twins. Probably the most I've spent. I'm not going to spend 35 quid on it. Managed to beat it down to £28. Pleased as punch, because the reissue is rubbish. And this is brilliant. So this is a real rarity. So that's Cocteau Twins, £28. Okay, so 22nd of March, we've got, is this Simon & Garfunkel's first? So I think this is sort of nearing completion of my little bit of Simon & Garfunkel collecting. So that was $4.99. Simon & Garfunkel, and a bit of genuine mono. It's the best of the Beach Boys. The best of the Beach Boys for $2.99. Can't pass that up, can you? Okay, so if you remember my record fair video with Depeche Mode on the front, 2 deals here. This one was £40. It came to 48, but you let me have it for 40. So we've got, for the motion picture, The Last Emperor, Ryuichi Sakamoto, and David Bryan's version. So obviously he passed away quite recently, so I'm quite keen, really like Ryuichi, so quite keen to get a bit of that. Then we have Siouxsie and the Banshees. This is one for Riceville Records. So The Last Beat of My Heart. Been looking at this with the 12-inch. Never actually seen it before. You know, nice covers, nicely presented, nicely cleaned. So I decided to treat myself. Also, Swimming Horses, Siouxsie and the Banshees 12-inch. And Killing Joke, Let's All Go to the Fire Dances. So Killing Joke, Let's All Go to the Fire Dances 12-inch. So those were 49. Yeah, so 49, he let me have them for 40. So deal or no deal, all good stuff. Now this was quite a deal. I did a part exchange for these two. So these are priced, I've got Crass, Stations of the Crass. So that was priced BG plus £25. And we've also got a bit more Siouxsie and the Banshees, Join Hands. So finally got myself a copy. Yeah, so that's 20 and 25, and I think he let me pay £20 for those. He gave me 25 quid part exchange for Leonard Cohen and 2 Split Ends LPs, which I didn't really get on with. So if you could sell them 15 quid each,
yeah,
give us 15 quid for both of them.
Yeah.
You were going to do those for 40.
Yeah, just pay 20 for one, and I'll take those 3.
Yeah, right. And I'd bought them quite cheaply. I've actually bought them for £3 each, and I think the Leonard Cohen was 5. So he gave me 20 for 11. So not a bad deal there. So that was that ended up cost me 20 quid for those two. Deal or no deal. Okay, shall we have a bit of a break? We're halfway through, so let's have some singles, shall we? Okay, this lot were £3 from the charity shop. Haircut 100, favourite shirts. Haircut 100, Love Plus One. Haircut 100, Nobody's Fooled. Haircut 100, Fantastic Day. Lead Me Not From Temptation, Heaven 17. I Could Be So Happy. I could at 25p, definitely. Tracy Ullman, Move Over Darling, 25p. Tears for Fears, Change, 25p. Tears for Fears, Mad World, 25p. Nick's Final Butty will like this one. Ivor the Engine, Special Brew, Bad Manners, 25p. Living on the Ceiling, it's Blancmange, 25p. And 25p for this, that's right. It was really nothing, it really was 25p for the Smiths. OG, lovely. A couple of other singles as well. The Jam, All Around the World, 99p. A Bomb in Walder Street, originally 37p. Oops, let's not have any adverts. Bow Wow Wow for £1. And here's another mod one. You Need Wheels by the Merton Parkers, £1. You Need Wheels. So a little bit of a mod collectibles there. So that's the singles, Deal or No Deal. So we're into April, and it's 12th of April, $6.99, and it's Peter Gabriel solo record. Very pleased with the next one for $3.99 because I have volume 1. So it's the Beatles Rock and Roll Music volume 2. So that completes my set, and that was $3.99. A bit of Roxy Music, Greatest Hits. But there was no outer cover, so we've got it for 99p. So that's Roxy Music Greatest Hits, 99p. Who knows, maybe a cover will turn up. And then just bonus, the singles by the Carpenters. Got one of those for $1.99. Deal or No Deal. So next up we have 25th of April. Some of you know I met up with my old friend, a good old friend, for Record Store Day. It was $6.99, so that's Robert Fripp, and you saw this in the video. I advance masked. So it's a clip of there, and so it's Record Store Day. Next up we have Tears for Fears. This was actually $12.99, so not sure if that's a bargain. I've already got one of these with the single, which was cheaper, but I thought I could trade this in at some stage. Very popular at the moment. So this is Tears for Fears first, The Hurting. So this has got Mad World, Pale Shelter on it. So that's that. The next one was a bit of a crazy price, $18.99. It's Chip on the Outer Edge. So this is Killing Joke. So this was their debut album, Killing Joke, and that's 1980. This is the one that comes for What's This For? So there's the song titles. So this one has got the famous War Dance on it. War Dance, Tomorrow's World, Requiem and War Dance are probably the best. This was actually priced down $18.99 because it's got a chip on outer edge of record, won't affect play. So let's have a look at this, see what you think. Now I love the labels that sort of this period. So here's the offending chip. I don't know if you could see that. Let's put a bit of a background there. So as you can see, it's not going to affect the play. It certainly affect the resale value. But yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, so a bit expensive, but then if you're buying it to keep, I can always trade that in as well if I get a better copy. So that's Killing Joke, 1980 debut. So this is 2nd of May, another day, another 25 quid. So what have we got? We've got Queen, Radio Gaga, it's coming in at $1.99. We've got Altered Images, Pinky Blue for £5. I thought I would give that a go. Although I don't think that's necessarily their best one. A bit of classic 80s, so we've got Duran Rio for a £5. So it's $4.99, Deal or No Deal. Very clean copy, I have to say. That might be one for the record player. Then to commemorate, was it Crosby? It's Deja Vu. So $4.99, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Our House, Deja Vu. Always wanted to get a copy of this. that's the one with Our House. And then lastly but not leastly, $7.99 Tears for Fears songs from The Big Chair, probably their most famous one. Shout, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I think that was their second. Songs from The Big Chair, £8. That's £25 on the 2nd of May. Deal or no deal. 7th of May, couple of 199ers. The first up, 189, is Lindisfarne, Fog on the Tyne. So this is the one, I think, yeah, side one. One of my favourite old songs, Meet Me on the Corner. So quite like this LP. I think it's something you mean to get for a long time. So $1.99. Yeah, so I bought this so I could rip off somebody else's video. Hang on, let me just close this down.
73 motion picture by Lindsay Anderson.
Oh, sorry, that's the offender. It is, of course.
Oh Lucky Man by Alan Price. Oh Lucky Man by Alan Price.
So, okay, so 9th of May, and this one is 14 quid, 9.99, 3.99. So this is their second album. How do I know this? Because it's got Led Zeppelin 2 on it, $9.99. And also live comp, $3.99, Assemblage by Japan. So that's kind of like a greatest hits. Dude, I haven't got that one, so very happy with that. Okay, so 16th of May, a couple of £3-pounders. We have Simple Minds. This featured on a live stream I was on recently. So that's Ballad of the States with Belfast Child and Mandela Day Biko. So that's £3. Very surprised to find the next indie Dutch group. So they were formed in '81. So I saw this in the bin. You never see this sort of in the wild. So I made it was like this. It was like. So I was running over. This is what they sound like. They're called Clan of Xymox. That's No Words from '85, and they changed their name to Xymox. So this is a single called 12-inch Blind Hearts. It's on 4AD. It's on the 4AD label. It's another one of those. But yeah, I used to really like these back in the day, the Clan of Xymox. So that's Xymox Blind Hearts, 12-inch single from '87. Very pleased to get that for £3. So another, so this is 24th of May, another band who are very new to my collection. Haven't had any of theirs. I used to have a friend who had all theirs, all Slade, all Floyd, so I didn't feel the need, but I've got the first one now. It is 1970s Black Sabbath, and that came in at $12.99, a little bit condition there. Quite pleased with that. And on the track label, the Backtrack series, so this comes in at $5.99. This is one of the Who. This is Backtrack 3. So this is Who Hendrix. I think this might be just a UK thing. On Discogs, the Backtrack series, there's 14 of them. And the Who Hendrix compilations are Backtrack 3, 4 and 5. Then there's Various, then there's The Who, then there's Jimi Hendrix, a couple of The Who, a couple of Jimi Hendrix, and the last one is The Ox, The Who, The Ox, Backtrack 14, all from 1970, so that's Backtrack 3, Who Hendrix. Here is the track listing, if you're interested. And that's the, I suppose you call it light blue turquoisey one. They come in all sorts of different colours, collectibles, so I might keep an eye out for those in the future. And then we have a couple wonderful films. These are, so the first film and then the follow-up sequel film, David Essex. It's got Ringo Starr, it's got Keith Moon, it's got a hell of a load of people in it. It's the film That'll Be the Day. I highly recommend that for sort of loads of early rock and roll in there. Have a check out that track listing. Let's get the so loads on there. But yeah, so you got Big Bopper, Jerry Lee Lewis, Crickets. They're all Everly Brothers, Billy Fury. Lots of Billy Fury there. So I think he was in it as well. So that's That'll Be the Day. David Essex and Ringo Starr is in it. Look out for Keith Moon. And then the follow-up where he's famous, Adam Faith, and David Essex again, it's Stardust. And these are on the Ronco label, can you believe it? And also the band that are in the film, they actually get a credit called the Stray Cats. Not the same as the Stray Cats, but they get a credit on there. So that's a double, and both of those were £3.99. So that's 24th of May. 25th of May, next day, £3, U2, 12-inch, Angel of Harlem. Enough said. Okay, so here's a question for you. How do you know if a collection has been split between different charity shops? Let me show you, and then I'll give you something special from the Beatles at the end. Okay, so first up, we've got It's Only Rock and Roll by the Rolling Stones. I'm trying to get a little bit of Stones in. So that's £11.99, so that's across the way in the Oxfam shop. Pretty good condition. Then in more or less mint condition, it's Pink Floyd, The Final Cut at £14.99. So they were 1983, The Final Cut. So then we walk across the road, and what do we see? And we spent a little money. So that was so that was what, 31.97. The other shop, unusually for them, were priced up, but we get a 1982 reissue. Gets me thinking. I can see it straight from the end of the shop. It's a reissue, 1982. It is the Stones Beggars Banquet in reasonable condition, I would say, on Decca. Sympathy for the Devil. So that's one you don't see very often. So that is a reissue, but it's 82, but it's still in good nick. So we thought we'd have that, and then my suspicions were confirmed. I never thought I'd see one of these. This again is a reissue, but it's 1969. Machine cleaned. It is Ummagumma, and it's 20 quid. 20 quid, very nice condition. This to me is where I wasn't into Floyd back in the day, but I've gradually got more and more into it. This is when I think Floyd really got into their kind of Pink Floyd stride, if you know what I mean. So they're getting into their groove. They've got all that equipment. This is where the big time starts beckoning for me, where they get into their stride. So that's a bit expensive, but I thought, hey, it's an investment, isn't it? I don't know. Okay, so finish off. Let's give you something special for the Beatles fans. Now this is a pressing from 1965. This was £4.99. Can you believe it? It is sold by the Beatles. £4.99. Yep, it says £4.99, so it must be £4.99. There's a little bit of obviously the cover's quite aged. Let's have a look at this label, see what you make of it. We are on Odeon on Gemma, so that is a German pressing. Drive My Car. Now the reason this is £4.99, if you can see, is actually scratched to buggery. It's just very old, and as my grading, I would say that's pretty cream crackered. It's difficult to show you there. So yeah, Odeon rubber sole. So that's a special, and plays with the crackle throughout, priced accordingly. Isn't that a metaphor for life? Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that that video. Maybe I need a concert buddy to help me with that. Right, so let's put that back. Oh, let's have a single to finish. So We Can Work It Out. Lovely cover. Look at that cover. Isn't that wonderful? Day Tripper and We Can Work It Out on Polyphone. So thank you for watching, and if you're wondering why stuffed animals appear in this video, here's the reason why. Thank you for watching Steve's Vinyl Cupboard. This is not a record haul. Quarterly accounts. Thank you.
Stevie's Vinyl Cupboard. Subscribe!